Hello everyone, my name is Langeman Glenn and we're back with more Crash Team Fricking Racing. If I say it like that, I don't have to bleep it out. So, we've unlocked the second hub and Aku Aku has got to shut up. That was not an intentional rhyme. This is the boss area, the final boss area. Once you collect enough let's go. Relics, you can raise Fake Crash here, I believe. Or you can unlock him. Where's the other one?
You
it's
must
either one of the two.
collect.
Yeah, shut up. Same thing here. Turbo Track. You can also unlock the Turbo Track. Slide Coliseum is unlocked from the start, I believe. So, with this game, after you finish the race, you can also do token races and relic races. Much like the original trilogy, you can just simply collect more stuff than just the trophy. You've also got the crystal races, which are done on multiplayer battle maps where you collect power crystals, and suddenly there are a whole lot more than just 30 power crystals. In order to collect also a token, once you've collected all of the tokens of a single color, you'll go for the gem, and after that, after you've got all 5 gems, you'll go for the turbo track. And eventually you'll unlock all boss characters except for Oxide and Entropy. And you'll unlock Fake Crash as well. You can also unlock Penta the Penguin, but only via a cheat code. And I believe in the original American release there was a bug with that character where the lines of dialogue were actually never implemented. And you just hear one of the developers say, yeah, line 1 this, line 1 that, etc. Not exactly sure what it was, but something like that. It's pretty funny actually. I was first thinking about playing Twinsanity for this month, but I settled on CTR. It's probably one of my favorite games ever. Twinsanity also, next to Crash Bandicoot 2, to be honest. But I only just finished that. Same goes for Twinsanity actually. But maybe next year. Or just some random time during this year. Whenever I feel like it, really. It being Bandicoot month is just an excuse for me to play Crash so soon after finishing another Crash. And I say it's the best kind of excuse, really. I'm running out of stuff to talk about. Also another fun game to play, but not everyone would like it, but Crash Bash. It's a Mario Party clone. It's simply what it is, but it's so much fun to play the story mode in co-op mode. Especially if you pick a good guy character and your friend picks a bad guy character and you have to battle it out at the end of the campaign mode. But it makes no freaking sense whatsoever. As also characters has explained quite a few times by now. Like, why can't Aku Aku and Uku Aku fight? Even though they clearly did, in Warped.
You can go faster through
and why can Aku Aku just take 2 of Uku Uku's team members? Yeah.
Access this boss garage.
I know. That's the wrong way. Doesn't matter. Alright, Tiger Temple. I always loved this map. I don't know why, the music is great. It was the first map where I knew how to take the shortcut. Simply because it's a very easy shortcut. All you need is an item that you can throw forward. Other than the missile, because those are uncontrollable. You have to drive up against the wall to have those work. Aku Aku Mask will also work. That's the only thing I don't like as much about CTR compared to like Mario Kart. Certain items are unattainable by the CPUs, which I don't get because it makes it a lot easier for the player, which really is not necessary. But yeah, it is what it is. If they do end up remaking this game or making new kart racer, I hope they upgrade the AI quite a bit to make it more challenging and also give them the ability to get masks. Because as of now it's quite an unfair advantage you have as the player. I wonder why it is like that. I'll look into that. Ah crap, I should have used it. Alright, come on, get closer. That's how you do it. Usually I would play kart racers with the analog stick, but for some reason on these old PS1 games, I don't like it. I don't like using the analog stick on PS1 titles. This is overly sensitive and also the right stick forward is driving and it makes no sense to me. I believe in Mario Kart 8 it's the same actually. When you use the analog stick, the right analog stick, on the Wii U gamepad at least, you can drive with it by pushing it forward, which is a very strange control choice. I don't know why they chose that. To me it seems very strange, but maybe it does make sense somehow. I don't know if other Mario Karts did it, considering that most Nintendo consoles don't actually have a right stick. I don't think that's very likely.
Congratulations, you win a trophy.
So you know there's this discussion of what Aku Aku is actually saying. Right now I say it's Bugada when you pick him up. When I was a kid I thought it was Unga Bunga, and I also thought that was his name. I didn't know how to pronounce Aku Aku. I thought Unga Bunga was his name. I did get Uka Uka, but I thought it was Unga Bunga. Unga Bunga and Uka Uka. Made no sense. No sense at all. A buddy of mine would yell, "No, it's Moederkap." I don't know what Moederkap is, but he said, no, he's saying Moederkap. So, what is it? What do you think he says? I always hated this part of this track. I never managed to actually get it. This is the second one where I discovered the shortcut. I never really take it. The chance of getting it right is not that high. The reward is not that great. I'd much rather just drive the regular road. Alright. I only ever managed to get this shortcut if I got a turbo pickup, and sometimes with an Aku Aku mask, but usually not. This is not exactly a shortcut, but you get a slightly bigger boost out of it when you jump off of it. So it's definitely worth it. Because it's very easy to pull off. I also had a lot of trouble with the boss on this track, Papu. But I do think it's great that I said, no, he's not gonna drop potions in that very small cornery area there. That would be freaking impossible to dodge. I'm very glad that he doesn't drop them there. So I do hope they'll make a new Crash Bandicoot karting game featuring old CTR tracks. However, if they do end up remaking CTR, well, first of all, please don't screw it up, because right now it just feels the way it should feel. But other than that, I wouldn't mind if they did. But still, much rather I'd see new Crash games, a new karter. Perhaps featuring Spyro, like the Crash Nitro Kart GBA game. Doesn't make sense to me how he drives a car, but he does, so
You win a trophy.
I'll go with it.
To get around a tight turn.
This is a track that I always liked, purely for its aesthetics. I just love the way it looks. And the soundtrack that goes with it. It's fairly peaceful. So very calm. Very calming, and then you just drive around like a maniac. Just the way you do. Officially, this game is pretty impressive for its time, but really, Crash Bandicoot games were impressive for the PlayStation hardware to begin with. Come on. Damn it. If you should check out Boundary Breaks She's video on Crash Bandicoot 1. The developers really pulled off some very strange tricks to make it all work. When they first presented Crash Bandicoot, people were assuming that they were just using supercomputers on the background. And whoa. Supercomputers in that time are about as powerful as I guess my smartphone, maybe. Not even. Not even close to my smartphone, and I've got a very cheap budget smartphone, mind you. Come on. You're not telling me that I'm gonna lose this one, right? Screw you, Coco. So there's no slipstream mechanic in Crash Team Racing, like you've got in Mario Kart. Yeah, screw you, that's how you do it. So driving behind someone is not gonna help you a whole lot. Not at all, really. Unlike Mario Kart, where you gain a bit of speed if you do so. Which is definitely worth it. So, though you could say it's a Mario Kart clone, there's definitely some differences in the mechanics. Where if you're a pro at Mario Kart, you might not be as great at this game. You might even suck at it. Also the other way around, of course. Because there, on a technical level, there are so many differences.
Papu want in action to lay Boom down big and prove Papu is world's best driver. Papu moves so fast, you munch tracks.
Papu'S got some great jiggle physics, doesn't he? Pretty impressive. I hope this recording turns out okay. I just kind of wrecked my computer and then fixed it again. So what I did, I installed an SSD and also a GTX 1080 Ti. And then I decided I want my OS installed on said SSD. What I didn't realize, however, is that apparently my motherboard doesn't support OS installs to SSDs that are installed in a PCI Express slot. I didn't know that would make a difference. No idea. No one ever told me that. I freaking studied I got my diploma for IT. Or whatever it's called in English. And I didn't know that. That was a crap shot. So yeah, I ended up ruining my PC, losing everything on my C drive, which is not a whole lot, to be honest. But still, it wasn't great. Good thing I've got all my recording stuff on other drives. But yeah, I did have to reinstall the software, so... yeah, screw you. Alright. It was also a bit unfair. So this game can only handle so many items at once. So it'll eventually destroy all the poison bottles that are on the map. If you placed one, it will destroy yours as well. Because he's dropping so many at once. However, it doesn't destroy them in order of when it was placed, it destroys them in order of where it is on the track. So if you place one, it can get destroyed in mere seconds, if you're unlucky. So that's a bit unfair, but yeah, system limitations, you know. Not a whole lot you can do about that. So at this point, you're halfway through the game, through the main game at least, and Aku Aku will still give you freaking hints up until the first 2 trophies in the next hub area. That's the one thing that's strange to me.
Papu not himself today. Maybe Papu not eating a big breakfast. You are fast for be so small. Here is key to help. Oxide much bigger problem for you. Him not as big, but him much more grumpy.
Oxide is very grumpy. He wants to turn the planet into a parking lot. Yeah, plot-wise this game doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So Oxide is an alien and he wants to destroy Earth by turning it into a big parking spot. And all you can do to stop him is be faster than him. Which honestly is not really a challenge. Except when it comes to the time trails. And with that I'll leave you for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Happy Bandicoot month. And I'll see all you guys in the next video. Goodbye.